Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. On this December 24th of 2025, we are back in studio and not sitting in Mike Smith's humble abode in Frankfort, Ohio.
No.
Pretty good show yesterday, I thought.
Yeah. Very touching.
It was a touching moment, and we apologize. My other computer that has a smaller screen is not accepting my email right now.
We're a little frazzled this morning because we forgot that Mike retired.
And that he was the one that put together the show script every day. And so suddenly I'm texting Aaron and said, did you put together a script for today?
No, I did not.
And the answer was a big four-letter word. One of my least favorite four-letter words. Nope. So here we are, a little bit late, but
we do have a show for you.
Yeah, we do have a show, and not everybody watches the show live, so they go back and watch it on their terms, on demand, as the phrase goes. So we've got a show for you today, and we had special guests in studio this morning too. We'll talk about that in just a bit, all in regards to one Mike Smith. Let's take a look at the forecast for you. Rain is expected on Christmas morning, beginning overnight with a high of about 50 degrees. It'll be continued cloudy on Friday, a light afternoon rain, and a high of 59. More clouds for the weekend, with rain likely throughout the day on Sunday. High temperatures Saturday in the upper 50s into the low 60s on Sunday. At some point in time, it'll become winter again, though. I've noticed that it's been, probably the last 10 cycles of season change. We see it on the calendar show up as winter begins on December 20, whatever. Right. And then suddenly it becomes spring-like. And we saw the same thing with fall. Fall was supposed to begin. You're expecting crisp air, and it turns out to be summer-like. And so it seems like it's become a regularity, an irregular regularity.
Yes.
I guess that would be one way of saying that. Coming up, a look at news and everything for you, so stick close for that. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If it comes to, I got a problem with my heating in my house, if I got a problem with my cooling or my plumbing, they can take care of all that, not just residentially, but also commercially as well. If you have an issue, click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. And it takes you right to their website, AccurateHVAC.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary.
Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
I'm going to get teary-eyed all the time now hearing Mike's voice on that commercial.
Yeah.
Him not being here. It is life after Mike as we continue. And, of course, you can get to our website. That's littermedia.com. It's where you'll find some of the stories we have to share with you on this program on a regular basis, but also on our social media stuff. And that's all up in the upper right-hand corner, right?
Yes. Can't you see it?
Yeah, I can. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to expound upon that.
Oh, yeah. All right. You can find links to our X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio all on the upper right-hand corner of the homepage of littermedia.com. I thought you just couldn't see it, and you were asking me to make sure it was there.
And, after Mike and I spent 30-plus years together, and so it's almost like we could read each other's minds, and I was kind of...
I'm not there.
We're not there just yet in our duo, but one day soon that will happen. A look at those news stories we're sharing with you today. A lot of it from social media. Christmas cheer recently spread by the Chillicothe MooseRiders over at Adena Health. The riders donated Tommy the Moose stuffed animals to comfort children at the hospital who are going through difficult moments in their lives. And nobody wants to spend Christmas in the hospital, but especially if you're a kid. But Adena thanks the MooseRiders for their continual generosity, caring for their community and supporting Adena Health and the children they serve.
Folks at Ross County Community Action send a holiday shout out to Integrated Services for their holiday cheer. And we're pretty sure that's our buddy St. Eric Cox dressed up in that red suit.
Yeah, I saw on social media earlier that he had posted that he was going to be dressed as Santa. And knowing Eric as I know him, that's Eric Cox right there. But as Santa. Pike County Sheriff Tracy Evans sent out a thank you to the First Responders Children's Foundation and CSX Railroad for helping with their recent Shop with a Cop program. I think they did this a week and a half or so thereabouts ago. And so he put together a series of photos to show all the gleeful kids and the deputies who were involved with the Shop with a Cop program.
The Logan Elm High School Choir and New Hope Advanced Bell Choir were beneficiaries from their recent visit to the Circleville Noon Rotary. Both groups received a donation from the Rotarians, and here's a bit of the Bell Choir's performance. If you want to watch that with sound, it's on the Circleville Noon Rotary's Facebook page.
It's very cool. I think this was We Need a Little Christmas is what they were playing during this time. So bell choirs are cool. I've always enjoyed watching them. I received a feel-good video yesterday from a friend who was surprised by her son's return from the Marine Corps. You've probably heard me talk about two of my Sunday school students, brothers, Josh and Gary Richmond. Well, Josh has been home the last few days, but we thought that Gary wasn't going to be home until today. He had a little side job here today as a waiter to greet Mom.
Who shouts in surprise.
Yeah, that is Sarah Richmond and Gary. Big hug. I've not seen Gary for, I think it's been over a year. He is stationed in Hawaii, and tough gig out in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But there you see his dad, Pete, coming up. Then she gives a little kiss and a love tap. Don't do that to me. So a little feel good, and I didn't get a chance to see that until after I got home from the ball games yesterday in Circleville, and she had sent a picture earlier of them together, and she goes, I guess I was the only one that didn't know that Gary was coming in early, and then I saw that video, and I'm like, that was a special moment. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for a spot to visit on this Christmas Eve, our friends at Dogwood Pass will be open from 6 to 9 p.m., with their Grinch shows starting at 7:30 p.m., and that's this evening.
Mm-hmm. Have you been down there?
I have not.
If you don't know where Dogwood Pass is, drive into Pickwick or into Pike County, and you'll want to head east on State Route 32. You'll go for, I think it's about 7 miles maybe, and you'll see a sign that says Dogwood Pass, and turn on that road, and it'll take you back to this beautiful setting. It's an old West town. We've got a video of Dogwood Pass on our YouTube channel. You can go and learn more about how it all came about. Mike McCoy is one of the guys who has put this together. Or, I'm sorry, Mike Montgomery is one of the fellows who put this together, and he and his wife Charlene do a great job entertaining people with Old West shows and everything. And in this particular instance, the Grinch, of course, ascends on, or should I say descends on Dogwood Pass and wreaks havoc. So it is an absolute blast. So if you don't have family plans or whatever, maybe take the family out and see what's happening down at Dogwood Pass. The annual Ohio Emergency Management Agency Severe Weather Awareness Poster Contest is accepting submissions through January 12th. Ohio students in kindergarten through 8th grade are encouraged to participate. Entries need to be postmarked by January 12th of 2026. Students eligible include public, private, religious, charter school, and those attending homeschool programs. And if you go, we've shared this on our Facebook page, in our news feed here, you'll see there's a link. Click on that, and it gives you all the details that you need to know about how your child can participate.
Yeah. A note from a couple of our sponsors regarding their holiday hours. Tomlinson Insurance Agency, they're going to be closed today, tomorrow, New Year's Eve, and on New Year's Day. Rathkamp Financial, they're going to be closed for Christmas. They close at 1 o'clock today, it looks like. And they'll be closed again tomorrow. And then Kingston National Bank, they are closed Thursday.
And I believe they're closing early today, so keep that in mind as well. If you're trying to get those $50 bills, the crisp, did you ever get those crisp bills every once in a while from Grandma?
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted to make sure they had, but if you don't plan early, you're going to miss the bank. And I will guarantee, I don't care what bank it is, you're not going to get a crisp bill every time out of the ATM.
Right.
There's just a low probability of that. All right, if you missed the show yesterday, we wished Mike Smith well on his retirement, and as we did the show from his home in Frankfort. Earlier today, there you see Representative Mark Johnson and his wife Kelly, who works out of the district office for Congressman Dave Taylor. They stopped by with some proclamations for Mike Smith. Visiting with Mark and Kelly Johnson, Mark, of course, is Ohio representative. He is representing our territory, and Kelly, staying in the political family, she is with Dave Taylor's how do I say this?
Okay.
Office?
Yeah, I'm Congressman Taylor's district director.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So,
yep.
And you've got proclamations here today for our friend Mike Smith, who has retired. Yesterday was his last show, but we wanted to talk a few memories about him.
Absolutely. You know, I came here in 1988 to Ross County, and, you know, back in those days, you know, KKJ, and then we had FCB, WFCB. We was talking about Chip Arledge, and he went by the Rotund one. We also spoke about bringing John Cougar Mellencamp and the petition that came behind it, and thousands of us signed petitions and pulled that off. And the special times memories of Mike, waking up to Mike on the news, and Christina Wolfert and so forth at KKJ. And it was just a different time, and radio meant so much more in those days than a lot today. Now, we still have local radio, and Lori G and so forth, and Christina are still at it, and we need to thank the good Lord for that. So with that, you know, Mike and you came to the State House right after I think it was during my first term, and we walked through the State House, did some interviews, and that was a memory that I treasure. And because, you know, and we see you guys out in the community multiple times, and, you know, if there's something going on, it's you and Mike, the Kenworth parades, the lighting of the Christmas trees, and you guys documented it well. I give high marks to Litter Media for what we are doing here in our community. It's important that we have local personalities like yourself and Mike, and a true treasure. And that's what makes our town special, to some degree, is our local personalities and our local people. And to me, Chillicothe is a special place in Ohio, if more people knew just how special our town was, I think we would be a much bigger city. And we may look like Columbus, but let's not let the secret out. Let's just stay where we're at. And but with that, we've got a special accommodation for Mike. It come from the Ohio State House, and it's also comes Bob Peterson. He represents the western side of Ross County. So yesterday, I went at the State House. I left. I had to run Bob down, who's building new chicken barns out at his farm.
And you got to catch him in a hurry.
Yeah, and we caught Bob, got his signature, got mine on there.
Oh, very
and
good.
Matt Huffman, our Speaker of the House, and, over 45 years service to this community is something that deserves the ultimate recognition, and how blessed we are to have people like Mike Smith and Dan Ramey, and it's been here for years. You carried the weight, you carried the water of our community, and how much blessings it is. So.
Oh, we certainly appreciate that. Mike will appreciate this as well. And Kelly, you come from Portsmouth, so you know what it's like to have local media
Hometown radio
for your town.
Yeah. I always remember we were talking about memories. We were talking about Christmas memories, and I remember not so much a Christmas memory, but during local radio, you'd always flip the radio on to see if your school was closed, your delay or anything like that. So, local radio has been part of my world for really my whole life. So then moving up to here, it still continued. So, but I want to say thank you to you as well, because you and Mike have, you're showcasing the best of what our community has when you interview people, and not only just the people in it, but what they're doing that's, bringing a light to the community, and they're raising money, they're raising funds. So we just want to say thank you for that, because without that, people might not know what's happening in the community. So, and you're very active on social media, which helps. You're telling people what's going on. And I know it's not so much about you, it's about Mike, but you two have become, a duo, and we really appreciate everything that you've done. And with that, I also have an accommodation from Congressman Taylor for Mike for 45 years for his broadcasting career, just an exceptional community member. And I believe with investigating and hearing, I was the voice of the SVC. Is that correct?
Yes, for 40 plus years.
Yeah. So he's, I don't know, what his plans are afterwards, but we're just so grateful to have him in the community, and you as well. And, we just want to say thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And thank you for acknowledging his service, because, and it's not that he's died or anything.
No, true.
He's still alive.
But 45 years does require recognition from,
Yes.
from your state rep and from your congressman.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
But as we mentioned on the show yesterday, he was unable to physically walk up the steps to our studio. That's why we did the show at his house yesterday. And so he's happily on to his life after what we've done here with him at Litter Media.
well, we wish him and his family a very Merry Christmas, as well as you.
Thank you very much. And thanks for coming up today.
Thank you for having us.
Merry Christmas and peace on earth.
And we thank them also for stopping by and spending a Christmas cheer and sharing it with us as well.
Yeah,
I got a Christmas hug. Did you get a Christmas hug?
I did not.
You did not. Okay.
I'm not a big hugger,
Well, and you were sitting down producing things as well. So, yeah.
and I'm not a big hugger.
And he's not.
I generally, I don't know, a lot of people don't know this about me. I don't like to be touched.
Is that right?
No. I'll do a handshake.
Yeah.
But don't come up to me and hug me.
Don't come up and do this.
No, that's annoying.
I couldn't resist. So, but I'm not going to hug you. Did hug Mike before I left yesterday.
I shook his
and
hand.
I went to shake hands, and he goes, come in here. Let's give a brotherly hug, that kind of thing. So,
How was that pizza?
I had one piece.
So Mike had the rest?
Mike and Laura hopefully enjoyed the rest of that. Stopped by Fred Nex and picked up a pizza to bring over so he could have his pizza and get out of here. That's something we did at the radio station for many years. However, he and Laura had lunch plans, so he didn't want to eat any because of messing up his appetite. You always have room for pizza, right?
Yeah.
But He said, we'll heat this up and have it for dinner tonight.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's what we have to report to you there. On our road report, we can tell you it's the holidays. Use your head. Don't drink and drive. Take your time. You'll get there when you get there. Even though the kids are going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there? Did you ever do that as a kid? You and your sister?
No, never.
You never did that?
No.
Not at all?
Never. Not once.
I'll have to check with mom and dad to find out for sure. All right, coming up in a moment to take a look at sports. Sit close for that. And we are running out of time for you to get a skag underneath the tree because of the fact that the skag clearance sale's going on, but Christmas is here.
Yeah.
Already. So this will be turned into a year-end clearance sale now. We could say that, I suppose, for the skag mowing equipment you'll find at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Stop in and check them out. You will see and find that their prices are low, and it's not going to last much longer because once the inventory is gone, so are the low prices with them. So you better hurry in, contact Hometown Motors Incorporated. I've not checked their hours for today. I have a feeling like most businesses, they may be closing a little early today. Here's the number you can find out for sure. 740-773-8826 for more details. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Time for sports, and we begin with our Haynes Total Healthcare High School scoreboard available at littermedia.com. Logan Elm was a winner on both boys and girls side, and so was Circleville. This is all part of the Brad Morris Classic, and Logan Elm defeated Taze Valley 71-67 in the boys game. Circleville over Westfall, 62-35. East Clinton takes Adena, 57-55. McLean over Zane Trace, 46-42. It was Huntington falling to Unioto, 52-33. Paint Valley had trouble with Fairfield, 71-45. And Miami Trace a winner over Jackson, 54-49. On the girls' side of things, Logan Elm took overtime to beat Taze Valley, 53-52. I want to explain how this happened real quick. There was a rebound off of a shot that went long. So you take the shot, it bounces off, and it goes long. 3 Logan Elm players got around Ariana Karshner for Taze Valley, and 1 committed a personal foul with 0.3 seconds left.
Don't want to do that.
And a 49-47 score. Karshner goes up, calmly sinks 2 free throws, and they go to overtime. And the person who made the foul, Kiki Ingram, she was the one that went to the free throw line to win the game in overtime, 53-52. Circleville was a winner over Westfall, 69-37. You'll find those scores, and we'll have more. We got a late start on it last night, so we're catching up with some scores and everything to share with you now on our website, littermedia.com.
And they've done it. The Bobcats win the Frisco Bowl over UNLV 17-10.
With their interim coach.
I read this is their 7th straight bowl win.
How about that?
How about that?
That is nice. Not many schools can say that. So, OU?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Buckeyes beat Grambling State 89-63 in men's basketball. And Chillicothe's Brandon Knoll had 6 points in this contest. The OSU men are back in action on January 2nd against Rutgers into the Big Ten play. And the Buckeye women got a win over Western Michigan, 95-47. I think that was what we were trying to discuss yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and they'll host UCLA this Sunday. But I think during the show we didn't mention that it was Western Michigan that they played.
Right.
So,
and the Cavs, they beat the Pelicans 141-118. They'll be back. They'll be in New York tomorrow, to face the Knicks at noon.
And a follow-up, we were talking about Ohio playing Miami yesterday in men's college basketball. But at the time on the show, I don't think we ever came back to let people know. We learned that it was Miami Hamilton, the branch campus of Miami, that OU was playing. How that got on the schedule, I don't know. But those things do happen. All right. That's a look at what's happening in the way of sports for you today. Coming up, this date in history with a bit of a twist. We're going to go with several things that happened on December 24th in years past.
Okay.
All coming up.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Online all the time, customer payment account information, and more. You can log on at litterpropane.com.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we have selected a player that we'll be announcing next week. We have been trying to get a hold of the person who is because we hope that they're home from college. And if it has to be stretched in beyond the new year, then we'll do that.
Do I know who it is?
You know, I don't think you do. I don't think I've shared with you.
Okay.
So
it'll be a surprise.
Yes, it will be a surprise for you. But we also, Petland helped us select the Pet of the Year. And so we'll be making those presentations in the coming days.
I know who that is.
You do?
Yes.
You've seen the picture.
Yes.
You know exactly who it is. All right. Right now, let's take a look at this date in history. And we've got a handful of them we wanted to share with you. We go back to 1877. The U.S. Patent Office received an application for a phonograph or speaking machine from inventor Thomas Edison on this date. He had demonstrated the device for the first time a few weeks earlier when he played his recorded and sometimes unintelligible voice to magazine staffers in New York City. The first display of a recording. How about that?
And that would lead to you and Mike having a career in radio.
Yes, shortly after 1877. In 1979, something a little more infamous, Russia invaded Afghanistan. I was a junior in high school, and that's when I would have been a senior in high school when this happened. And that was the first time I ever heard the name Afghanistan. I knew about Russia,
right,
but knew nothing about Afghanistan. And who would think that it would play such a big part in our lives later through 9/11 and everything. 1943, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, you remember him?
Yeah, we were best pals.
Mm-hmm. He was appointed Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force during World War II. Of course, led the D-Day invasion and everything as well. In 1814, this is something I did not know. The United States and Great Britain signed the Treaty of Ghent in Belgium.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the Treaty of Ghent was?
No. Is that in the War of 1812?
It ended the War of 1812, and according to Britannica.com, the treaty didn't resolve the issues that led to the war. But a newfound sense of patriotism in Americans who were convinced that they had won the War of 1812 pushed the U.S. to pursue its national goals, so we can proudly say, USA, USA, USA. It all started on this date in 1814. I don't know who the first was to chant USA, USA.
It wasn't you?
It wasn't me. No, it happened way before I came along. All right, that's a look at today's show. Tomorrow is Christmas Day, so we will not be in-house. You'll be here Friday, however.
Yes.
I will be taking some vacation days and will return on New Year's Eve, so 1 week from today. In the meantime, he's running the show. Mr. Hand will be hands-on over everything, the entire Litter Media monopoly.
Yes.
All platforms.
Yes.
All at your disposal.
Yes.
And it may start with you doing the
I'm going to burn it all to the ground.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. All right. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon with another edition of Litter Media Live.